Hi, everybody. It's me, Genevieve. We are coming in today for Me Made May Day 13, and we're a little scattered over here. We're diving into kind of this layered project that I concocted in my brain, which is a combination of a few things. So I need to get back on the apparel train because I have all these apparel patterns that I had purchased. And so we are going to do the color block set. That's the pattern that we're doing today. But I don't know if we'll get this far. Because I'm adding to this. So this here is part of the Craft Studio tee from Matchy Matchy Club. If you're not familiar with that, this I think is a free pattern. So I have the Craft Studio tee. Good afternoon, Jason. I have the Craft Studio tee, and I thought like this was cute that it had the little pendulum shirt that you could make. And then there's a dress that you could make. And I thought, you know what? I want to use this fabric that I have from our shop to make this. But then I was like, you know what? I haven't made myself a dress in a long time. I feel like this would be a nice breezy dress for when I go to New England with my bestie. But the fabric has sardines. And so let me grab a piece of it here. So this is the one print, okay, which is in our pre-order, and this is in our vintage cotton linen. And then I also, to pair with this, because originally I got this fabric, I just got 1 yard of each, because I thought, well, I'll just make the shirt. And then I was like, well, maybe I'll make the little pendulum thing. So then I bought a half yard of like a pink linen from Matchy Matchy Club. And then today I was like, you know what? I want to make it a dress, but then I want to give it pockets in the front. And I'm going to do a foundation paper piece and probably an applique of something on it and do like a scene. So it's progressed into into way more than what it originally was. So in order to make sure that my pockets look right and everything, we're going to work on the pockets. And I think probably maybe not the applique first. Maybe I'll wait to do the applique. Maybe we'll get the pockets done and then we'll worry about the applique tomorrow. So, but the applique, I'm actually, you know, the applique, I am going to take. So you all know how much I love Jody over at Rick Rack. She does all these stuffies. So I actually want to do a seagull sitting on like a stump. I feel like I'm just, once you hit 45, it's like, I'm just gonna have fun. I feel like this is just gonna be such a fun dress to wear. I did cut the bottom of this dress way longer than what it says. So I figured I'm not gonna hem it till I try it on and kind of see like how does it fit. And then I'll decide where I put my pockets and where I'm doing this applique and like how short I'm going to make the dress. But I think it'll be a fun dress for when my bestie and I are up in Maine enjoying that area. And these little Gary and Glenn little seagulls, I just couldn't resist them. So we're gonna put one of those guys on there. And maybe we'll make both, and maybe I'll just make one like a little like stuffy that I hang off my New England bag. Um, so, anyways, that's kind of the design thought for this evening. How's everybody doing tonight? Anybody going to be sewing with me, Jason or Nicole, Laura? I love this print too. So originally I got that print, and then this is the coastal plaid, I think I called it. So I got this also in the vintage linen cotton to go with it. But then, like I said, we released all of our larger cut dies, and I had already grabbed this Normandy linen that was part of the snow dye. So that's going to be the base. I'm hoping that it looks okay, that it doesn't look too crazy. I wish I would have had more of the um, sardine print, I think, or even just more of the plaid. I wish maybe I would have bought 2 yards of the plaid because then I could have made the whole skirt the plaid. So we'll see. We'll see what it looks like. But I think if I add this foundation paper piece onto a pocket, okay, and I put the little Gary guy on a little perch. I think it'll just be a fun dress. And if anything, it just becomes a house dress to wear all summer long. That's the way I'm looking at it. So that's what we're sewing. That's what we're sewing. I'm sewing a cut and sew strike tonight. Ooh, fun. I need to finish making this drag sled. Awesome. I dismantled an old kit bag from the material. Oh, awesome. Upcycling. Yeah, so that's what we're doing. So right now, what I've been up to is, and I'll point you guys down so you can see, because I'm doing the 6-inch block, I was writing my colors in. This will be the smallest block I have ever done. And so I want to be sure that I know what I'm doing. So this one goes with this one. Because like these are teeny tiny pieces here. And this will be green, green. Okay. And then this one here. I'm a little nervous. Everything that I pulled though, like I'm not mixing any bases. Everything that I pulled is like a cotton poplin or like a brush cotton or Kona. So like the weight of the fabrics is all pretty much the same. So I'm figuring hopefully that helps me. Okay. See, which would be green, blue. Oh, this here is also why? Because it's going to be flipped. So, yeah. So this is going to be gray, white, blue, green, green, white, gray, pink, gray, white, 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 blue, green, green. Okay. All right. I think they're all labeled. I'm very nervous about this because it is small. Small. All right, so the first one, does it say which one I do first? This is a quiet play pattern. Christy, I've spoken with her a few times. I really like her. So, and I've done her patterns before, so hopefully everything goes smoothly. I don't think she has necessarily how you are supposed to, oh, here, the order to put them together then, because that's what I'm going to need. All right, so let's do this one first. What is, oh, that's, what is that? G is gray. Okay, and we're gonna look for, yes, we have to find I1 is going to be pink. Oh my gosh. I2 is teeny tiny little gray piece. Oh my goodness. And I thought about, so here, tell me what you guys think. So I was thinking about doing the whole applique in dyed fabric, but then I thought maybe I'll just, if it's a 6-inch square, maybe I would just make, no, I feel like it needs to be like my pocket. I don't have, like this doesn't have pockets with it. So I'm kind of like self-drafting the pocket. I think what I'm going to do, because this is the pink, like the top is going to also have this pink. Do you think if I did the, what's blue here, okay? So right now, what is blue? Not the sardines, but the border, like the block part. If I did it in this pink, right? But then use this pink to be the top that I kind of applique it on, I think it'll be okay, don't you think? Or should I make it that it's this pink and then the actual sardine can is the dyed fabric? I feel like if I do it that way, you're not going to lose, like it might get lost if I make it all dyed fabric. So maybe this is what I got to do. And then I can always add more of this to make the proper size pocket that I want, you know? Okay, I had a little bit of extra of this. I answered my own question, you guys. Okay, let's see. So, have that. Today has just been very low key. It's kind of rainy here today. We did go out and do a little bit of work in the dye workshop, but other than that, okay, so stay where you're at. Oh my gosh, it's so small. Just a teeny tiny little square. Sorry. Like literally so small. All right, let's. Tomorrow we are picking up fabric. We have 2 2 bag kits that we're releasing this summer. So we're picking up the fabric for those so we can start getting those together. And then we're also picking up my son from college. Today was his last final. So now he's officially a junior. Can't believe it. It's so smart. The kids are out riding lawnmowers. Okay. All right. So that's that part. Now we need another piece of gray for 14. I don't know why the other night doing that jackalope, I was like, oh, I can do small foundation paper piece things. This is really tiny. Okay. Now, you need another piece, Jim. Okay, this has to get folded that way. what? 14, 17 is. Okay. Isn't either of these big enough? I ate an early dinner, so I figured I'm gonna be here for the evening, you guys. So we'll try to get through as much of this as possible. Because tomorrow I'm probably not going to start till later. So, all right. So now I need a little bit of a bigger piece. Oh, it's the UPS guy. And Apollo's like, absolutely not. Sorry if you got anybody else's dogs going. We just don't like that guy in the brown pants. Okay. Oh, I'm glad I chose this pink. I think this will make it pop because the dyed fabric is gonna stand out. So there's the little Turner, the little sardine Turner. All right, what do we have next? Let's do H. So H1 is yellow and H2 is red. Oh, I don't want the salvage in there. Page 1. Page 2. Okay. No. Page 3. Got all of the dies packaged for the Ice Dye workshop, which is exciting. And some of the little goodies showed up yesterday. So if you're new here and you're not in my Patreon, I'm going to be offering a Zoom Ice Dye workshop. So far, we have 20 seats left. I've only opened it to Patreon for the whole month of May, and it'll open up to everybody else in June. But there are only 25 seats, 24 seats available because that's all the kits I have. So all of the dye. My niece helped all the dye together. Okay, now there's little pinks on the bottom of this. So 5 is first. 5. I didn't get home last night from my school board meeting until almost 10:30 at night. In Pennsylvania, just FYI, we don't get paid. But it was for a good thing. It wasn't for anything crazy, but it was just late. I'm kind of dragging the day. Then I couldn't, whenever I have a meeting that late, I can't like settle myself to go to sleep right away. So, and then, but I also don't feel like doing anything else. So I just kind of sat and got sucked into some TV for a bit and then realized, oh, it's almost midnight. You should go to bed. So there's that. Now it's a long pink piece, which I don't think that one's long enough. But maybe that might be. Okay. Yeah, that worked. Okay, there's another piece done, the bottom. Now, where is that at? This is the center. So it's gray, red, and gray. Okay. Where did I put the gray? Gray. And there's little red. I guess it's the same on either end there. But the bottom ones I have to do red, and the my goodness gracious. It's just teeny tiny. Okay. And then the top is gray. I want something with a little bit of definition of color here. my goodness. Hopefully that makes the difference. That was kind of the little pieces. You have to be really careful they don't get like folded under themselves. Okay, there's another piece. All right, now all we have is our fishies. So we don't need that anymore. Well, I do need this, but I need this. Okay, let's see. Maybe you shouldn't have wrote over the numbers without crap. C1, C2. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see the system here. So C1, C2. Oh my gosh, it's so tiny. And you guys, oh, how are you supposed to do this? Oh my gosh. No. Should I not? I probably because it perforated the paper so much. Oh my God. Well, we know. That stinks. Okay, let's iron you down. And then maybe I should glue it with some glue stick. The show that I got sucked into last night was the Stanley Tucci thing on Hulu about Italy, like food in Italy. Love watching his stuff. It's a new one. Okay, so there it's on. Now we need C4 is above it. can trim this. C4 and then C5. Oh my gosh. Because that little gray piece was the eyeball, you guys. Okay, so now we have to trim all of that off. Okay, now we need a piece of green, C6. You can't even fold this. There's no way. Oh, oh, my fabric was folded over, so that's lovely. First ripping of the evening. It won't be the last. Okay, let's try that again. So we're going to clip this down and this. Okay, now 7, 8 is white. All of this for a pocket. It's going to be amazing when it's all done. Okay, and then this one. Now we need another white piece. Now gray. We're going to have a fish head soon, you guys. The first one. Okay. And then pink. Okay. There she is. There's our first little fish head. So, 2 more to go. All right, so let's see, not that side. So that was our that's our inside one. Interesting. Where is that on here? Oh, okay, there's the gray. It goes with this one. This one goes this one. So we should do this one then, because that goes with that one. I can clip them together. All right, so white is T1 and blue is T2. White. So T1, 2, oh, I shouldn't have done that. Should have put it on a slant. Okay. So T1, T2. Okay, now D3 is green. One nice thing is I'm using a lot of these little scraps that are here. There's not as much confetti. Okay. And then D3, D4 is blue. And then D5 is going to be green. Yeah. Oh, what are you getting wrapped up in here? Oh, this is why machines that have automatic thread cutters are not ideal. Okay. And then D5, D6 is also green. And white. Okay, so that's that fish, a little sardini. So I'm going to clip him together. Next. All right, let's do this one. So A1 is gray. That's A2. A2 is also gray. A1, A2. Okay, which, I'm a little confused. A1. Oh, that's A11. It's printed. Weird. Okay, let's see. A1 is green. And we need a little eyeball. Okay, so A1. One A2. I can remember this is the one that's like wants to perforate it and then let go of it. A1, A2, and then A3. Okay, now A4 is above it in green. I hope it turned out. This is all we have to do really is these sardines. So once we have the sardines, then it's just putting it all together. So hopefully. Oh my gosh, the eyeball is like so small. Okay, let me trim my stuff here. Okay, now need A6, which is blue. and A7. Okay, let's trim this. Okay. Now, let's see. B7, A8 is white. And then A9 is also white. Okay. Okay. Now, so A9, A10 is going to be a gray. Right? Let's start in white. A9, A10 is also white. Wrong one, you guys. There. And it's A11, which that's gray now. Okay. And a 12 is going to be straight piece. And then a 13 is also gray. And now we need pink. And another pink. All right. There's the other little sardine head. Now we have to do this. Is this one here. This is the bottom of this guy. So where is F1? F1, F2. All right, so we need a white and we need a green. White. And a green. Okay. So 3 is blue. Okay. 4. Yes. Wrote over my numbers, so it's hard to see sometimes. Can use this, I think. 4. F5 is blue. Okay, F6 is also blue. And F7 is white. Okay. Then FE is also white. is gray. Or F9. Yeah, F9. Nope, wrong side. I'm proud of myself. This is tiny, but it's coming together. Okay, so then that's that Joe Schmo, right? Yeah, yeah. Okay. All right, last one. All right, we need an eyeball and green. Oh, I barely got it on there. Ugh. Okay. Okay. Now we need another green. Last eyeball. All right, now we need blues again. E8 is white. Okay. E9. One, 8, 9. And E11 is gray. I know this isn't very exciting, you guys, but I think it's going to be cool. Okay. Now E12. Okay. And 14 is pink. And 15 is pink. That's pretty cool. I only used the pink scraps that I had from cutting out the shirt. I don't have to cut any extra. Okay. Alright, so there's that guy's little head. Alright, now we're gonna do the last body. Alright, so B1, B2. So we have a green and a white. Green. Okay, so white, green. Okay, now blue. Okay, B4 is green. Blue. Okay. And we need a plate. That is right here. And a gray. Where did the gray go? Last piece, you guys. Last piece. Now we can trim them down and put it all together. Okay. You guys still with me? Two of yous are still with me. Okay. All the confetti. Need to clean off my cutting table. I can actually trim these down. Okay. Let's turn. I have a box of stuff here in the way. All right. So these fishies go together. All right. So there's my little ruler here. I'm just going to trim all of these around the edges. One. Okay. Oh, oh, it doesn't look like anything when you have all your edges hanging off, but once you trim everything down, you can really see the design. I had a lot of people reach out after I did the jackalope that they didn't think the dyed fabric was going to have things pop like it did, and I think I'm glad I chose to just do the solid pink on the border of this, because it definitely, the dyed fabric's really gonna do its magic. For something this small, you definitely want the cotton sateen or the Kona or the brushed. The brushed is a little thick, so The cotton sateen and the Kona are the two, I would say the two best for this. Oh my gosh, so fun. Oh, okay, there's all of those. And then I have one other piece that I have to do in pink, but it's literally just cutting it to that size. I think I'll probably just put a little glue dot to hold it in place. Okay. Where did I have my glue stick? Over here somewhere? There it is. Okay, now let's follow the steps to piece this baby together. Join. Okay, what are you saying to me? I guess it's that first and then, all right. So A and B. I need to find A and B. There's A and B. Okay, so this here goes like this. This goes like this, right? Yeah. Why does it feel like I'm wrong because you are. This is like this. Oh shoot, I put his little fins on wrong, I guess, on that one. Oh well. He has a higher up fin, right? Is that B? Oh, that's not it. Shoot. Let's see. Let's hope we're correct here. But I did okay. All right, so this is, yeah, there we go. Okay, that's why it wasn't making sense. All right. Oh my goodness. So good. This is where, like, for people who do foundation paper piece, what do you do about all of this bulk in between? Especially for these small ones. It feels like it's so bulky, but you, all right, there's that guy. Now, we're going to go C and D. So here's C and D. Or do people just not have that same amount of bulk as what I do? Probably. Okay, there's our middle little guy. Oh my gosh. Right. And then this one and this one. And there's our little end sardine. Oh, you guys, this is gonna be so cute. All right, so now A, B to CD. So now we're going to attach it like this. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Adorable. Okay. Next one. Oh, this is why I like doing this. It's like, you know, a puzzle that makes you happy. I've been reading a lot about perimenopause, ADHD, also fertility, even though there's nothing in my future. And I feel like this goes to show that I definitely have lived most of my life with undiagnosed ADHD. All right, so now that we have that, we're going to attach G and H. Okay, so we're going to say, look at the little babies. See them? Okay. Attach this to this. Am I doing it right? No. This way. Okay, so there's that. And now what? Now we're going to attach this to this. Oh my gosh. If you're wondering why I'm super quiet today and why I chose to do this is I've definitely have had an overstimulated week so far. So that's I needed something like this. But I definitely want to make that dress. So figured, well, I've had this pattern for a while. I wanted to use it to do something with that fabric. So cute. Okay, now we're gonna add eye, which is this one. And that's a bulky area there for sure. Cute. Oh my gosh, those were so tiny pieces in some places. Oh my goodness, you guys. It's so good. It's gonna be perfect for a pocket. Oh, sorry. I didn't realize I have this one turned way wrong way. Look at it. Oh my gosh. It's so good. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add another piece to the top here. And that will be the top of my pocket. And I'll do like a fold over with some interfacing. Oh my gosh, so So stinking cute. So this is a quiet play pattern, and I did the 6-inch. All right. Okay. So there we have that. Let me grab a drink. And you know what? We should, I forgot to share this over on Facebook. The way people want to join. Do. All right. Bring in some more people now that I guess the boring part is done. It is only 6 o'clock, so more people might be joining us now. All right. So let's do a little cleanup, because I don't need any of the dyed fabric now. We're gonna set this little guy aside. I will need this because I'm gonna need to make the rest of the pocket. There. Okay, I need this, I need this. So our pattern. These scraps can thrown away there. Okay. Let's put away some of this dyed fabric. I think some of this was some that I was going to use for the other applique. You can pull that out when we're ready for it. Okay. These are my scraps from this if I wanted to use it for pockets. Okay. All right, let's get the broom. This needs to get put away too. All the confetti. Okay. Do we have anybody new hanging with us? we just finished a foundation paper piece. I'm going to be working on the matchy matchy color block set. We're making a dress. But I made this adorable sardine foundation paper piece that we're going to put this on the pocket of the dress. So, isn't it cute? Adorable. All right, so let's see what our first, where, oh, they're over here. Okay. All my pieces are cut out over here for the dress. And the biggest thing about this dress when you get it is if you want to do the dress portion, there is no pattern piece for the skirt part. You have to just use measurements. So just remember you have to cut 2 of each, like the colors that you're using. So just keep that in mind. I also have to cut, eventually I'm going to have to cut the cuffs and the bias, but I'm thinking I could maybe use binded and dyed for that. So I'm going to see when I get to that point. So let's see. First things first. So the neckline. Okay. So this is what I'm using for the front, for the top. I'm using the sardines in our cotton, linen cotton. And then I got a light linen from Matchy Matchy. That's a solid in pink. So that's what we're using for the top. So let me move this. I don't need this anymore. And we're going to use my finesse machine, and then we're going to serge, and then we're going to top stitch. And I was kind of debating back and forth. I think I'm going to stick with the light blue that I have in my machine. Okay. There we go. All right. So we're going to do a 1/4 inch stitch along the neckline, and then we're going to do a 1/2 inch down the center. Now we're going to just like this, just like this. And the pink fabric, like I said, I got from Matchy Matchy when I ordered some tags from them, and it's called Petal Summer Cloud Linen. So it's a lighter linen than what the cotton linen is, or linen cotton is, but I think it's gonna be nice. So we're gonna stitch a 1/2 inch seam allowance and then take it to the serger. Okay, there's one. The cotton linen, we have it on pre-order for all of the designs, and you can get it in either the vintage cotton, which is kind of just like it's a natural color, that's what this is, or you can get it in printed on white. I do have some things on the white as well, some prints on the white, which I can show then, so you can kind of see the difference. Okay, so now we're gonna come over here. Close this up. Turn the soap, Mr. Mo on, and we're gonna serge this. All right. And now I did watch a little bit of their video because I wanted to see exactly what they okay, so it says top stitch allowance, making sure repeat. So I guess it doesn't matter which direction, but my one fabric is lighter than the other, so I do think to a certain extent it matters. So I want to probably go, do I want to go in that direction and stitch it down the center to give it I think so. Iron has to get hot. I feel like when I start at 4 o'clock, it's like just a little too early for everybody. Like I have to wait till 7 to start. for people to join. Okay. There's one. It feels so big. Hopefully it doesn't just look like a big moo-moo. However, I do like those. But I kind of wanted it to be something I'd want to wear out, so we'll see. Oversized is in, right? Why does that feel like it's the same way? It is the same way, but when you flip it this way, it'll be the opposite, and that's what you want. Okay. All right, so now we're going to top stitch, and then we do the same with the bottoms. It does look pretty on top of the pink. Okay, here's that one. Now this one. Okay. Now, this is what I'm using for the bottom. So I need to do the same thing. That I have these like pinned in here. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to make it this long. I just have the length there to see like how does it look once I have it on. So we'll see. Okay, so I need one of these and one of these. And that's the wrong direction, Jenna. Let's see. There we go. And you're gonna top stitch on the same side, okay. Okay. How's everybody doing? I notice I don't have my computer plugged in. We don't want to lose you guys. There we go. Okay. There's one. I gotta get the second one here. Now, I want it to be this side, right? Yeah. No. Let me think a second. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So this 1/2 inch. Linen always feels heavy. Like this is the Normandy linen that I'm sewing that's dyed. And it feels like it's heavy, but it'll feel so nice when it's hot out. Right, let's serge these and throw clips everywhere. Okay. 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 Iron these the direction that we need to top stitch them. Now this is going to be fun. I'm excited because it's going to look really good. I'm going to put the pink sardine pocket on and the applique on the side that is the dyed fabric. Okay. Looking good. Okay. Now, before I go any further, I am going to think about my pocket. And I want to read the pattern and just kind of see like what comes next. Where did I stick my pattern? Here. Okay. All right. So has you, oh, I see. So you're just gonna attach to either side first, and then you're gonna, okay. So we could still put our pockets on after that before we close everything. All right. So what we're gonna do, I want to see which I want to be on the top. This is my back, I know that. So this is going to be my front, my back, and this is my front. Okay. So now we're going to do our gather. I'm going to change my foot for this. I'm pretty sure there is a gathering stitch on my machine. Ooh. Watch out, everybody. We're throwing things and dumping water. All right, let me get my manual because I haven't done this in a long time. I know there is one. And a towel to clean up the water I just spilled out of my iron. That's what happens when you have a small sewing room, you guys. Not enough of space to take over everything. All right, pretty sure. Okay, that's accessories. This is the book. That's what you would call it, a gathering stitch, right? I mean, my old machine, I used to just set it to the highest setting and then you pull the string, right? View practical stitches 64. Gathering stitch. That doesn't look. Oh, that's for rubber thread. So I'm guessing we just do what we'd always done. Right? Buttons. Yeah, I guess that's what we're going to do. we're just gonna do the normal way that you gather. I thought for sure I had like a specific stitch that kind of did it, that it would be even, but I don't see it. So we're just gonna set it to the highest setting and go from there. Hello. All right, we're working on the dress. So I'm gonna come in to about there. No. Okay. Oh, no. I want, before I do that, I want to bring my bobbin thread up. Have something to gather. Right? Am I doing this right? Oh, no. I need to do the other end. Oh, well. This is the end that's going to get hemmed. All right, because this is my front, so I have to start over here. All right, that's how I want to do this, because this is going to go like this, right? And then this is going to go down here. Okay, just double checking. All right. There's one. All right, now to make sure I do this correctly, it's going to be this way. No. Okay, so there's that. All right, we're going to do the front first. Been a long time since I made that yellow dress a couple years ago, but okay. So this is the front. That's the front. And this is gonna go like this. And I'm gonna pin, but where did, oh my gosh, right in front of me. Oh, but if I, yeah. There's that side. Okay. You can go over there for now. Now this side. Now there's two half yard pieces of this Normandy linen, and then they're in the same color on the website still, and then there's one that's another colorway. All right, I think we're all pinned up now. We're gonna do a 1/2 inch seam allowance here. you doing here? Piggy poo. Oh, she sounded funny, didn't she? Let's. Oh, it's this thing. I feel like this plastic stuff on machines is just insanity. Why? Why do we have plastic stuff on machines? There it is. There we go. Oh, wasn't a pin. TJ used to get so angry when, well, he wouldn't get angry because TJ never really gets angry. But he used to get upset that I would always have, when I had my sewing room in our bedroom, he'd be like, seriously, could we not have pins on the floor? Okay, there's that one. So we'll serge this. Okay. Let's move Mo over here a little bit. So I have more space. Definitely if you're using the linen cotton or just linen in general, I would highly recommend serging just because of it fraying. Okay, now did they top stitch this? Let's see that. With sides together. Does not say. Nope. So we must not. I'm missing something. Yeah, here we are. Okay. All right, so no, we're not top stitching the center part, but I would think we would want to iron that so that it's upwards. How's everybody doing tonight? Anybody sewing anything? Working on anything? Okay. So here's the front. It looks huge. But it looks busy, right? But that's who I am. Not really, but I want to be. But this side we're going to design something with some of the other fabrics that go in it. So I feel like it's going to be okay. If we were doing it properly, we would have used all the same fabrics, not 4 different ones. But this is my brain right now. I feel like I don't know if this is what's happening to me, but my what day are we on? We're like halfway through, right? Of Me Made May. I feel like I'm how do I want to say it? Like my brain isn't combining things. Okay, so that's ironed. Now we'll do the other side. So how am I going to do this? Because I feel like I need so much space to do this. We're going to get the other piece together, and then I think what I'm going to do, because the next part is to attach the dress together. So I think what I'm going to do, no sewing, eating ice cream. Hi, Sibby. Thanks for joining. Because I have to figure out, Sybil, check out the foundation paper piece I did. Look at the little sardines. Isn't it cute? Because I have to figure out, like, am I gonna put that on this side or this side? I feel like probably there needs to be a pocket on both sides. So I have to figure that out. But I think this one is gonna go over here because my sardines are on the top on the opposite side. So here, let me turn you guys. All right. So, because this is the front of the dress. So, I'm pretty sure I'm going to put the sardine pocket over here on this side. And that's the only thing that's going to go over on this side is the sardine pocket. Then over here, I think this is where I'm going to make another pink pocket. And then I'm going to put my little seagull applique. And then we do have, if sardines are your thing and you get the fabric, we do have, we do have a tag that is the sardines. And I think I'm going to put that on the, on here somewhere. I don't know if I don't know, or maybe in the center and the back. I don't know. But it's going to go, that's going to go somewhere on here too. Where is it? Maybe it's this one. Yeah, it's this one. So here's the little tag. It says, we're all in this together. So that's going to go on there. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to just get the other with the back put together. And then I'm going to take a break. And then tomorrow we'll come back. I'll make sure like I have everything cut out to do the applique and the pockets tomorrow. And then we can piece everything together. But yeah, this turned out so cute. I'm so happy with that. And it's going to be fun. It'll be a fun dress to wear in Maine when I'm with my bestie. And I think it'll be a fun dress for summer because it's going to be so nice and breathable and light. Because it's all linen and cotton. All right, so let me move the top out of the way. And let's do the back. So here's the back. And I need to gather this. What have you been up to, Sibby? My brain is just not functioning lately. I feel like with the school board meetings this week and my son coming home tomorrow from college, I feel like my brain is just like on overload. We're picking up fabric tomorrow for kits. And it's been really difficult to get myself to like figure out what to sew this week. Oh, nursing. Nursing your guy, huh? I hope he's feeling better soon. I am really excited about this. As much as it has a lot going on, I think it'll be fun. And like I said, I did make this longer. This is the color block set, which it basically takes you can't send it off to AO. It's only a print off pattern because it's basically nothing. Like you're just cutting out the top. Um, so, and then Friday, my girl Jody over at Rick Rack, she sent me, I have her new kitty pincushion pattern. So we're going to be doing that on Friday. Or you know what? Maybe we'll do that Saturday because I have a sewing friend date on Saturday. So excited. Um, I'm meeting with Pammy. I don't know if any of you guys follow her. Pammy Jane. She's a fabric designer. And she doesn't live far from me, so we're gonna meet up and get together. All right, let's clip that. Let me get and then Sunday, we're going to a fiber festival. There's the Central Pennsylvania Fiber Festival is on Sunday. So my daughter and my mother-in-law and I we're going to that because my husband thinks we're getting alpacas. You heard it here first. I said thinks. He thinks. Not my idea, but I need a building, is what I said. I don't need alpacas. But when my husband gets his brain wrapped around something, it's very difficult to reel it back in. Wrong direction, Jenna. Yes, there's 4 of them. Yes. There's 2 boys, one who's I don't know what you call that, neutered. I don't know. one that's not, a female and a baby. Again, not my idea, but guess he has somebody at work who wants to give us their alpacas. And I'm not even thinking, he's like, oh, you could do retreats with the oh, silly. Yeah, I don't know when he thinks we're taking care of alpacas, but I think he thinks because my daughter's into the yarn and everything, that, and because they're biologists and they love animals, that they'll be the ones taking care of them. I don't foresee this, but okay. He's talked about it so much that I finally just came to the like realization that like if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen without my consent. So this isn't the right direction, is it? Nope, because that's gonna mean that one. Oh, boo hiss! I put that on the wrong side. Glad I figured it out before I sewed it, though. I do not want to be ripping apart linen. Okay, wrong side. We don't need it in that end. We need it in this end, right? Yeah, because then it'll, yes. Okay. Yeah, there's the baby, I guess, is like, I think he said that it's like 2 years old. Um, so I don't know. He's been watching YouTube videos about its fur, and our vet has alpacas, so he's been talking to the vet about the alpacas, and we'll see. I'm trying to convince him to go to the Fiber Festival because I feel like if he goes and he sees all the work that goes into them, I mean, he has been watching a lot of YouTube videos, and like it doesn't sound fun to me. It it no, I am definitely, I know. Well, that's the other day when he was talking, I was like, listen, because I've been very adamantly like, no, we don't need more mouths to feed. But then the other day he was talking about, I was like, you're gonna do this whether I say, because he got the kids involved. That's like part of it. Like if he's like convinced my daughter, who's convinced, um, now he thinks it's gonna be something that they do, her boyfriend too. And I'm like, Maybe. I don't, that's not really the type of biology they went to school for, but uh, I'm pretty sure it's happening. And my earbud is going dead, so I'm just gonna stick in here and hopefully there's an echo. Oh, did I do that right? I would have noticed that when it. Okay, yeah. So yeah, that's what you want to do. You want your top stitch to meet, right, Jim? Yeah. So okay, top stitching. Yeah. So I don't know. The guy, I guess that he's getting them from has said that they're really, really nice. And as much as that, like, please don't, like, I love them and think they're super cute. But that being said, I also know the amount of work that's involved, and I think we have enough of work. Shoot. I was like, Apollo, he's like, Apollo would like to run around with him. I'm like, that's not gonna happen. I don't foresee that in the future, but okay. My husband has always wanted to be some sort of farmer, so if he wants to, he is. Which is this? Okay, listen, Sybil. This is what scares me about DJ being optimistic. He's usually not the optimistic one. I am. So it makes me think he hasn't fully thought it through, because usually it would be like anything that could go wrong, he would like bring up like, well, this could go wrong, this could go wrong. You probably don't want to do that. So usually when he's optimistic, it's kind of like, I don't know. You're weirding me out. Okay, there's that. Okay. Today we were getting everything ready out in the dye workshop, and I realized I have to order. I thought I had it, but I couldn't find it from last year. All of my like sedative stuff that it's like a dye fixative that I usually put in my water to get my fabric started. I thought I had a whole bottle of it, and I feel like it's one of those things where I was like, I'm going to sit this in the place that I will find it or keep it safe. Can't remember where I put it to keep it safe. So
not like I wouldn't use more of it, but I still had some in the bottle, so it's kind of annoying me that I have to order more. And that I couldn't get started with like what I wanted to get done today because I wanted to get things prepped because I wanted to do an indigo dye next week. It's supposed to be in like the 80s next week here. So I thought, well, even though the nights won't be warm enough to do ice dye, but I could definitely do an indigo dye. Now I'm gonna have to wait for this stuff to arrive, and it usually does take like a full week. So maybe by the end of next week we'll do an indigo dye. Okay. And this last piece pinned. The sewing machine. Okay. What's up, buddy? Apollo's here. Okay. Whoop. Where went my bent needle? Not that needle though. Surprisingly, that one didn't break. It's actually like pretty muggy here today. Like it's raining, but it's not like cool. Like I thought it was gonna get cooler, but it's kind of like meh. Okay. Okay. Now we can serge it and iron it flat, and then tomorrow I'll work on, when I come back from getting my son from college, I'll work on figuring out the pocket and the because the other thing this dress is going to be crazy. It's going to be fun crazy because I also have my couching foot that will sew yarn. So I think I'm also going to do something like that on it as well. So we'll make it, it'll just be a good time.
That other day, like you said, I never saw him go out. He was so fast.
Gunther must be trying to escape. It's a menagerie over here, everybody. Okay, let's serge this. Actually, before we do that, let's cut this thread off that we accidentally added to the bottom of this. All right.
And he jumps over my bed and lands on the other side.
Okay. There's that side of the dress. Everything's flying everywhere. Okay. So I'm gonna pull these threads out of here and clip them. And we'll iron this upward. I might still top stitch that just so that it lays nice. We shall see. Oh, my back isn't connected properly. Oh, but I'm not ripping it apart. It's the back. Okay. I didn't get my little thing correct, but it's okay. So there's the back. Like I said, we're going to make the dyed part a little bit of like a scene, maybe. I don't know. We're gonna play with it because I have lots of other fun things. Like I want to do the couching foot and add my little sardine FPP. Paulo seems like he's ready to go downstairs. He's like, I've had enough, Mom. But so Me Made May day 13 will be continued on day 14. Okay. Thanks everybody for joining me. Definitely go over and check out the pre-order. Oh, before I forget, if we're going to talk a little bit about pre-order, just so you can see. Hold on, let me find it. So just so you can kind of see the difference. So this is the linen cotton on white, like it's printed on white, okay, which is still really, really pretty. And then, like I said, this is the linen cotton on the vintage, or the, I think that's what I called it, was vintage linen cotton, or natural linen cotton. So you can kind of see the difference between the coloring. If you print it on the natural or the vintage linen cotton, it's going to get, like, the colors will be a little bit darker than they would be. They'll be brighter on the white and a little bit more muted on the natural. So just so you guys know that. And all of the designs are available in the linen cotton. I think the linen cotton would be great for, I debated, I might make a bag with some linen cotton. I debated making like one of the crescent bags with the linen cotton that I have. I might still, that might happen. So, all right, we'll reconvene tomorrow, probably about 7 o'clock-ish. And we'll start doing the appliquing and so forth and finishing up this dress. Because really it's just, if you were not doing any of the extras that I'm doing, all you would be doing was sewing up the sides, adding your cuffs and your neckline, and you'd be done. So All right. Thanks, Sibby, for hopping in. I hope everybody starts feeling better. Okay. Have a good night, everyone.